asantememu se yebeye dwumadie bi ewo Nkawie eye Tree for Life initiative na mebesi ye no na regional minister eka atorenchen bia esi ewo Edum ha nti sesi a na ewie sa dwumadie no na mese mentu anamon embehwe na esi na ampanso eyareho efise wo hwe enyoma asai ene enkofo stores a ahye na eyade a eyo hawiye enti nedikan meda fire service for ase ene modern bo amoye ya omwetimi abre ejano anu ase na yewie anu a na yahwe na ema ni si enso ade baako a fire for aka kire me ne se ombedru ye no sen na ombetimi awuremu etimi akodum gya no eno ya ade baako a eha omuye na ohwe a yedwam bebre saa na tie enti eja tomu a sen na fire for bet na abeye ohaw ama omo enti o se ye di wesu anyansa na yehwe yedwa no da ye planning ye sen na be ya bibi kosi a na etimi aso anu ntem enti yeni minister ne edwadifo no ebeka yaka kire nadmo se ombehwe na omumpe emoa bi emfa mo omo kakra yeni chief of staff nso bekasa enti nya Asante regional minister ene ombeka no na yahwe emoa ebetimi de aboa omo se na be ya omo so ombedina yi comfort kakra omo ene ohawa ato omo no se na be ya yebebre anu ase kakra enso senior mekan no say osi yehwe yedwa ni nyina na yehwe se na ebesiesie nneoma afa se na be ya bibi se sia enkosi sa achina biom yegina hey ultimate to say explosion be cause wo ho ni na ye gas cylinder se wate baako ni na ye gas cylinder se explode ejom eni se ye use gas cylinder e wo jom eni se enua aduane wo dwom opese odidi a o se wo kọ abonte kọtọ aduane bra na onua wo fie na ode aduane no bra e ba dwom enso gas cooker ne sa nyoma ni na e ka ho e na sa nyoma esi enso ne wo ho ne se mema omo a sa atorenchemi aka omo no mema omo kose na aban so behwe se ne be ya ye betimi aso omo mu kakra
Well, we need an update on everything happening in terms of fires. And yesterday, we know that a fuel station was razed down after an explosion in Teshi, a suburb of Accra, destroying vehicles and commercial structures. And there was also a fire outbreak at Kokomemle right here in Accra. And then this morning, we are hearing of the fire outbreak, which is actually on your screens right now, happening right now in Edum Kumasi. And on Zoom this morning, we want to engage the public relations team for the Ghana Fire Service. DO1 Alex King-Nate joins me right now. Alex, thank you so much for making the time to speak to us. We've seen what we are seeing right now. What is the latest information you have on the fire happening right now in Edum Kumasi?
Our officers are still on ground. Our regional commander and other service commanders.
Alex Nate, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Great. I was saying that, what is the latest information you have on the fire outbreak happening right now in Edum Kumasi? In the short time of about 30 minutes that we were sitting here for the news review, we saw the fire move from one building to the adjacent one and down. What is the latest information you have? We were told that they were waiting for ladders.
So the ladder is currently in. Our officers we currently have 5 fire tenders drawn in from different parts of Kumasi, including Ejiso, Apachapa, and then Tech, all currently at the scene working so hard to make sure that the fire is contained. The unfortunate thing is that looking at how close the buildings are situated, it is making the spread quite rapid. But we are doing our best to make sure that we tackle the fire and prevent it from further spread. so that we'll be able to extinguish the fire finally.
And Alex, I mean, also you can, I stand corrected, these cranes or ladders, I'm looking for an explanation as to why these fire tenders that arrived on the scene in the first, the first time, didn't have the ladders to quench the fire as soon as possible. And they had to wait on reinforcements before they can start reaching all the way up there. And this is just a 2- or 3-story building. What's the explanation there?
It's actually 3-story building. And so what happens is that we've always bemoaned our lack of logistics. And so within the whole of Ashanti region, we have just one turntable ladder. That is the ladder that we use to be able to get to height. So it has to do with proximity.
Alex, are you saying the whole Ashanti region has one crane ladder?
Yes, turntable ladder. The same with Accra, the same with Tema. We all have just one ladder that's to get to that height. So the first appliance that was closer had to get there, and currently as we speak, the turntable ladder is there fighting the fire.
This is tragic. We know that you just got a new fire chief, but since you started speaking up about the lack of equipment or inadequate equipment in the Ghana Fire Service, have the authorities, have they done anything about it yet?
Oh, yes. We've had assurance from the Honorable Minister, Honorable Musaka, assuring us that within a short time, they are making provisions for new fire tenders for us. Again, our chief fire officer, in an engagement with her, has firmly assured us that as part of her commitment in taking over the realm as the chief fire officer, she's going to prioritize the procurement of fire tenders to help us in our performance of our duty. So, as of now, we are making do with what we have, pending, the arrival of these fire tenders, which we are hoping will be timely, looking at the spate of fires we are recording nationwide.
Alex, before we go to what happened in Teshi, I want your opinion on this, your expert opinion. The way people were gathered around there, watching on, looking on as the fire razed down those buildings and even the adjacent building, at some point it came to the floor and we saw people moving to salvage whatever goods were in those sacks that we saw. Is there a way we can avoid this? Because I know for a fact that sometimes these fires explode and human beings' lives are put in danger. What do you think about what we saw, how human beings were just standing around very close to where the fire, the fire was?
It's a very unfortunate situation that people keep interfering in firefights, and they try to salvage. But what they don't realize is that the more they get close to things like this, the more they put themselves in harm's way. These fires keep dropping, and you realize that a lot of these shops have tarpaulins all over them. And once the fires trickle down and they fall on these tarpaulins, that is where the fire spreads. And so, as they are down there, the fire can easily fall on them. Again, with the building being subject to this amount of heat, it tends to probably make the building a bit weak and can make parts of the building even fall off. Our men are in helmets, but these civilians are not. Our men are protected to an extent, but these civilians are not. That's why we always make sure that we always prioritize them, making sure that they don't get close to the scene since they are not well protected. But their adrenaline runs high, and that's why we follow on our colleagues, the Ghana Police Service, to help us with controlling them and keeping them away.
Now, yesterday we saw that a fuel station was also razed after an explosion in Teshi. What do we know as we speak that started that explosion, and what is the latest update on that as well?
Well, it happened yesterday where a gas fuel station, from what we gathered, is the Gao or this unauthorized fuel station. Unfortunate thing is that they are not even supposed to be situated so close to where people settle. But then they are settled, and a vehicle was bringing gallons of petrol, which they intend to sell. So as the vehicle has brought the gallons of petrol